mean, again, we were talking about as we were announcing the two teams that were going to be in it. Lion Esports Club, especially. It's been a little bit since we've gotten to cast these guys. It seems like, and obviously, still, you mentioned Jonas a fan joining them in place of Krepsin. But other than that, this is the same team that we knew from the Hunter Grand Final. So, a lot of fun to watch, and definitely a team that I think you could argue that they're the favorites here in this matchup, just because they are that core team. But obviously, plenty of great players over here on the Legion side. So it's definitely going to be a fun matchup here, Emperor.
Right, it's not like you can say more experience per se, more experience as a team, but individually as players, everyone in this match, a veteran of the scene at this point. So definitely going to be interesting to see how MVIP chooses to adapt and handle Lions, and they are known for running that Devourer pick too, and as well as some other unconventional drafts.
Yeah.
They picked up the Soul Reaper again, and the overall defensive style. Remember what was that overall lineup in Game 3 there? They had the Soul Reaper, they had the Keeper of the
Soul Reaper,
Forest.
Keeper, Lodestone.
Something else, too, that was really difficult
Rally,
to punch.
I think, even.
Yeah, maybe
on
so.
top of that, so.
Either way,
yeah.
Lodestone and Rally both are into this lock pool, alongside that Wild Soul and War Beast. Remember how effectively KZ was able to use both heroes in both matches, and, well, pretty much his signature Suicides as of late as well.
Yeah.
When you're not taking Scout into the mix. Scout is banned out by Hanskin. I think a little bit less important to ban out the Scout this game. Well, you could say a little bit less important, but yeah, I mean, I would say already they were looking at grabbing a Suicide option of potentially the Wild Soul or the War Beast, and now it sort of forces them into that path. Maybe just wanting to make sure they don't have another route to go.
We'll see. We'll see what comes out here. The banning phase actually wrapping up right now with that final ban. But yeah, so, seeing those bans you're talking about, the Devourer, the Soul Reaper, it's, we just even saw the previous game against Internet Gangsters, or the previous series, I should say. What we happened to jump into was that game number 2, using that Devourer especially, and two kind of unique heroes that Lions specifically has proven to run with very effectively. So good research there by MVIP, and making a point that won't have to deal with them here. Their first pick going to be coming out. And you look at your options that are on the board as a result. Torture. Oh, there is Fade. Fade, obviously.
Fade, we mentioned before in the previous game, was passed over entirely. Not so much this time.
Yeah.
Fade left open is going to be grabbed, but that leaves open Pebbles.
It does, yeah, Pebbles. Fade over the Pebbles here.
Pebbles, Luna is in the lock pool as well, so with heroes like Rally, Lodestone, Wild Soul, and War Beast, it's going to be a little bit harder to access it, but you also see the power supports of Luna and Engineer, so will someone like Lions maybe choose to say, hey, screw it to the Wild Soul and War Beast? I don't really see those heroes and think, oh man, those are heroes that Lions loves to run. Not really the flavor of lineup I see them running, so maybe just they can't take them both on the Legion side. Maybe wanting to go for a different flavor of draft will instead choose to grab a support hero of either a Luna or Engineer out of that pool.
Yeah. Again, ultimately, what is on the line here for this Ultimate Series Monkey King tournament? Well, a little more gold coin prize pool for the winner. Other than that, both these teams are getting all the players getting all the ultimate avatars from Monkey King on top of the gold coin. So, again, in a sense, more so even playing for the pride factor and just for the fun of it in the end. But just to clarify what is on the line here from that standpoint. But I know both sides definitely looking to win in the end, of course. So you see back over here to MVIP, and their follow-ups, Glacius Torturer, are going to be their pick. So, good old Torturer pick for them, obviously with Slicks especially. Playing over here, I'm sure could end up in his hands, very possible.
Yeah,
especially with the Glacius pick on
top
top
options, and they're going to grab their Suicide. A jungle-free game, as we saw the Keeper of the Forest and the Tempest alongside the Ophiel. I mean, look at the blind man pool in general is just addressing all the junglers, so.
Yeah.
Oh. Whether they actually choose to use that Fade as a secondary, I mean the Torture as a secondary support or not, we'll have to see. With a draft like this, though, leaves you wondering. Because they do have their choice of Rally, and then get the War Beast or the Wild Soul anyway, and if that's the case, you will see a secondary support Tort.
True. Lions going to finish off themselves as far as their final pick here for the regular stage, Andromeda. How about that? Back-to-back games now. We just could happen to see Andromeda.
Not seeing her at all for the longest time. That was one of those heroes that we were just talking about even outside the cast the other day. Like, you haven't seen in a while? Buddy, Andromeda.
That one. Yeah, so picked up here and going to be the final pick of the regular stage for Lion Esports Club, of course. But
do they want the Lodestone or not? They have a very bursty lineup, but I know they really have been favoring War Beast and Wild Soul, Kizu specifically, saying, hey, we're going to get one of them. They don't want the Rally. Instead of grabbing us, what's Torture will be playing more of that carry role. They did have the flexibility go with more of that magical burst on their team, and they'll be able to round it out later. So both teams passing up the rally. Lodestone instead being favored as a superior suicide hero. Wretched Hag. Don't really want to throw her in that role usually, and Pleasantmeister plays an excellent safe lane Hag.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Of course, we've seen it mid as well occasionally if they want to run that Pebbles in a lane where they'll make sure he'll get farm, but I have a feeling they'll still run it safe lane. Besides that, not too much else. What will they round up their lineup with? They could use something still. I mean, they could use still something for that off lane. All three heroes are capable.
Yeah.
If they want a more aggressive roaming live, they could pick that rally in terms of just safe farm. Still, you look at the Hellborn team, that's a lot of early aggression. If you're picking the War Beast, if you're picking the Wild Soul, you're saying, hey, we better actually succeed early on here to some decent extent. We don't want to get overrun. Do they want the rally? No. Instead, going to go with the Wild Soul, Keizu's. You showed the first game. If he manages to get that the creep dragging off effectively, he can take a couple waves to his tower, deny an entire wave of experience. We saw what happened to the Monkey King in that first game. And late game, they were 15k gold down, even higher. Wild Soul still prevailed.
Yeah, that crazy game one that we had there in the MVIP versus Vietnamese Dream Team series. In case you missed it again, definitely recommend checking that one out, especially once everything is wrapped up here for today. So, but here we go into game number 1 now, the finals here. MVIP taking on Line Esports Club here for the Ultimate Series Monkey King tournaments. Both teams going to be loading in now, and yeah, you mentioned going the Wild Soul pick. I'm kind of curious if we're going to see the Ultimate Avatar again or not, but. Keizu obviously going to be playing it again. You got Slick's going to be playing the Fade this time around with Moon Meander on Torture. How about that? Moon Meander playing the Torture instead of Slick's, and it is going to be a farming Torture too. So
yeah,
definitely something
we saw the
different.
engineer and the Glacius on that roaming role. Fade moving down to the safe lane here. Hey, going to begin a matchup against the Lodestone. Unless they're just roaming here at the start of the game, we'll have to see if she winds up. But yeah, it looks like Torture has an item build very tailored towards a mid setup. Which will be fine. Safe lane Fade, especially with the support coming out, like an engineer. Mentioned they don't have a jungle this game, so their normal lane assignments don't apply.
Yeah. Gang squad of Line Esports Club, trying to find somebody here perhaps and see if VIP makes their way into the jungle, but probably not going to happen, of course. About to pause coming out from Lion, but get that word of sight down, their vision, and then eventually move on here, I'm sure. And Joseph fan playing that Lodestone, going the different skin as well. Actually, we rarely see this one. We usually see the default, but bulky armor dude. I personally like the default one, rolling around on the ball, the robot. We'll see how Jonas Finn does, though, on this one. Again, he replaced Krebson, who eventually, I believe it was more of a case of left the team after the Hontu Grand Finals, but moved on. You could even put that way.
I think it was sort of mutual, though.
Yeah.
From the vibe I got was that both parties knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And both parties were beginning to grow tired of each other, so... happens sometimes. You play the same group of people over and over again, you begin to notice a little bit differences that you don't sync quite as well as you may have initially thought.
Yeah.
Especially when things are going well, so.
Yeah, Lions as well, obviously. I'm sure they were hoping to go to DreamHack. Unfortunately got beat up by Vietnamese Dream Team.
Still didn't see them crumble, even though they did manage to secure their spot. I'd like to see them holding strong.
Yeah, definitely good to see.
Sure it was disappointing, but in the end. Making it work. So Glacius Torture here in the mid. Pretty damn powerful combination. Lots of the dual range harass, and while it's powerful and a lot of that harass coming out, if a lucky rune happens or if they find the right angle to get a gank, and they get punished once, that's when the snowball effect happens. That's where Pebbles will completely dominate the lane. Initially, however, they do have a pretty damn strong setup.
Well, you see Andromeda up here trying to harass the bear as much as he can, lock him down even, but obviously Boo Boo's still going to have a decent time getting it away. Going to even use a Kama stun on him and get some extra auto attacks, but going to even block right here.
Also.
Oh yeah, look what Wretched Hag's doing though.
Exactly.
Yep. Actually, the bear is getting pretty low here. Haunt's even going to be used.
They didn't have a blink or anything yet, but punishing Boo Boo, and All of a sudden, making the effectiveness of that pull.
Yeah. Well played. Keizu himself, he's just coming
It's
in.
a lot
Maybe
easier to deal with, the 2 heroes up there.
Yeah. So not your usual lane setup, but Andromeda Wretched Hag definitely making sense here early on at least.
Wretched Hag's not a terrible laner.
Yeah.
Bottom, however.
Oh yeah, look at this. Lodestone, he has a rocket drill. He is going to be able to get it off, and he will be fine. Just caught that kind of halfway through, but Engineering Glacius clearly going for a kill right there with Fade. Obviously, it did not successfully happen in the end, but Lodestone, that's the power of Lodestone, man. That's why you can send him in that suicide role and not worry too much. Rocket drill helps him get away in cases like that.
Immobilize, as far as I know, don't even stop him from using it, so he's going to be fine there. Middle lane. Torture got a little bit of the early farm picked up. 160 is not the worst, but now that he is going against his Pebbles Luna, he's going to be looking for rotation from the supports to try to get back some lane control. However, Lodestone, he's boxed out of the bottom lane. We might see him attempting to get active as well.
He actually picks up a refreshment rune right there as a spawn, so it does cost him even getting some extra harassment, so it might not have been worth it in the end, but it does prevent the other team from getting it. If anything, and Andromeda will, well, she'll pick up the regen rune right here. Does seal kid before heading back towards the top, so some rune control going up at both of the teams there. Pebbles actually even buying his bottle with that said. You look at Boo Boo once again, just going to ring around the rosy here. Well, Andromeda is going to cut it off, though. There's the Kama stun, and armor comes out. And now Aluna also joined the party. Has a power throw. He's going to connect. One more auto attack. Maybe another Aurora, perhaps?
The Aurora won't even do it. Nope. It's got 54 health.
So close.
And ticking, so.
That's unfortunate, yeah. You see the Aurora
hits.
But the power throw.
Oh, he gets it. Maximum range, but does score the Henskin.
So at least some gold for them. But, of course, the creep still goes. And well,
this makes him play a little bit more careful for 110 seconds.
True.
The extra gold helps.
Yeah. That was
Lodestone. Tried to carve a path. Remember, they picked up Lodestone instead of another option like
Rally or
potentially a War Beast which
or Waltel themselves. Yep, did have that option, but
paves the way for aggression. Lions Esports Club. They were one of the teams that started abandoning the use of jungles for a while too during the Hunt Tour season. You know, were known for more of that utility pickup and just the straight aggressive lineups.
Yes, they were. Lodestone's still level 1 though, man. And, you know, we talk about this all the time. If you're struggling at the bottom lane in the suicide role, not getting much, might as well try to be useful elsewhere, but he actually needs to be careful because his Biowar side right here, definitely spotted. He's going to be down here for the 4-minute rune, but Glacia's going to start boxing him out. Torture nearby as well. Power throw comes through, and actually Nova needs to be a little bit careful. Rocket drill's going to be used. Will he be able to dodge it? Oh, the haste rune, it's going to be picked up by Lodestone, actually.
And he doesn't have another power throw up in one.
There you go.
Oh, doesn't even need it.
No, not even necessarily.
Yeah,
the haste Lodestone anyways.
I didn't catch. I thought he may have grabbed the haste rune first, but no luck.
Lodestone actually doing most of the work right there. Handscan definitely helping to clean up, though, and yeah, Nova just figuring he would have been able to box him out, and I thought so too, but clearly not the case. And now Lodestone, still level 1, but he's going to hit level 2 here, I'm sure.
Look at the confidence of 3 heroes coming up there. Lodestone level 1 versus level 5 Fade. That's where a lot of the hope for MVIP in this early game still stands. So explain the Fade obstacle, the Steam Boots route. I like Steam Boots on Fade.
Yeah.
A little less mobility when trying to set up those awesome calls after your stuns, but still pretty effective. And level 6 Fade, known for tearing apart the lanes.
Yeah. As he bulks you up a little nicer. Speaking of that, I mean, creep score 32 and 15 for Slicks right here. Just dominating when it comes to creep from, obviously, in this game overall. Applying a lot of pressure to Lodestone. Obviously, the level advantage helps. Aluna trying to set up a stun on a torch or a stun off the creep there, but not able to successfully do so. Well, actually, he only has a level 1 stun, so I don't know why. That's kind of weird. He actually threw this. Well, Aluna stunned the creep right there, expecting it to bounce, but a level 1 that doesn't happen.
Oh, yeah, so. No, maybe just used to the old style.
Yeah, perhaps. Anywho, Torture is fine in the end.
He's like, wait a second.
That
nerfed my Emerald Lightning.
Oh, bottom lane. There you go. Lodestone actually trying to get away again, but not this time. He did a rocket drill, looks like, but Obviously, just too much pressure.
Glacius Engineer, say something about that.
Yeah, they've been down there for most of this game, really. They've been in the jungle, kind of down here. And obviously at the bottom rune as well, they've been occupying that spot. Lodestone ports back into the bottom tower, and actually he goes on a fade, but...
Well, he just figured his fade's pretty low on mana anyway, and from here...
Oh, meanwhile, bottom rune, Pebbles in a little bit of trouble right here. Kicks, and it does connect! A beautiful place. Kicks up, I take advantage. Pebbles says, get off me, though. And actually now Glacius in some trouble. One more auto attack. The health potion going to be his power throw cut up in 2 seconds. He still has that health potion activated, though, and instead they're going to take his up over here. Kicks it. Oh, just dodged right there by Pebbles, but it doesn't matter. Andromeda coming in with the Aurora, though. They will take out Torture at least. And now Lowstone thinking about going in. Maybe it's Engineer and Glacius. Both are out of mana. There's a Rocket Drill. Does connect. And Glacius is in a lot of trouble.
Way.
Mana Potion used on Engineer. He does have a turn. He's going to use it right there, but it doesn't matter. Glacius falls. And the numbers looking a little bit better for the Hellborn team in the end.
Back and forth clash there. Yeah, Lodestone joining the party. Screw him over a bit. Fade, Slicks. Didn't have the most mana to work with, so he's sitting here farming the bottom lane. For 400 gold per minute. And he just picked up something. Did he get his portal key? It's only 6 minutes and a half in. There's no way he got his portal key. What did he get? He got a bottle of investments. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, if he had a portal key at 7 minutes, no, he only has 1 assist. There's no way that's happening. 9 minutes, sure. 9 minutes, sure.
Not yet. Yeah, going to the side lane bottle, though. The Mystic Vestments being delivered. But, I mean, he is the big factor here, obviously, for MVIP. I mean, Wild Soul, you know, as usual, definitely not having the best of starts, even doing some Ancients in the meantime, or attempting to do so. Make the best use of her time. Middle lane, we could have a gank being set up here. We got Engineer and Glacius running in. Pebbles, there's the chain of reactions. Keck's done. It will connect, and now he's in a lot of trouble. Yep, the freeze comes out. The turret already placed. Stalagmites will be used, trying to be enough to get away, but obviously not going to be, so... good collapse right there from the Legion team. Now the Hellborn side, they're trying to maybe make something happen on Fade in the meantime. Rocket Joe coming out. He is going to go in. Andromeda following up with the comment. Oh, the reflection going to be used in. However, they do have a Rev Ward, but the Comet Stun did not hit because of that, so not nearly enough damage. Good reaction by Slicks right there.
If the Comet Stun hit, they might have been able to have enough Hunter Tag damage to bring him down in the end. Not to mention, a little bit tankier than the average Fade there. With the rush of the bottle, Steam Boots, Vestments. The shield. Actually pretty tough to bring him down.
Yeah,
it seems ridiculous to have a Fade. You know, it's constantly, not often you see a side lane Fade in the first place getting this much farm, but you know, they got their doing torture thing in mid. Fade will eventually take over the game.
Nice dodge by Andromeda. Big line stun with a Rocket Drill cutter for Lowstone, and now Engineer actually, he is going to be on the run. A Luna stun will connect. Lowstone trying to cut him off. Another Rocket Drill in 5 seconds, but not going to be able to pursue enough. Fade now running into them. It is a 4 versus 2, though. Stalagmite's coming. They got the Burning Shadow off. Only item Luna, though. Chuck in the Arcane is pretty damn tanky, but not tanky enough. Slicks does go down. The turret was used by Engineer, but not much else he could have done.
Was he not aware of how many people they had?
I guess not. That's what I was going to say. They must
or maybe he thought he could have gotten the call off in time to stop the spells. And if he was able to stop them from casting, that might have opened up a window.
But yeah, he did not have his reflection, of course. So
didn't have. Well, the mana situation wasn't the best, and it was on cooldown as well. So his call's only level 2. To go back and really see it from his perspective to see what he was trying to accomplish there.
In the end,
that's. I mean, he was their highest farming hero. I mean, he was sitting at almost 400 at the time.
Yeah. Definitely
can't really afford that as much. You have a higher liability when you're past the ball, so to speak, for your team.
You see Wretched Hag in the meantime, 300 GPM, so it seems like Flensmeister coming along very nicely here. For his side, Pebbles also the big factor, and nearly another 1,000 gold saved up, so may finish the Steam Boots. In fact, there you go. Steam Boots finished on him first, probably going to be the portal key now next in line here, as we are approaching that 10-minute mark. So remember, Lowstone level 1 for the longest time, but he's level 5 now, and Jonas Fan is coming along fairly nicely here for his team in Lion Esports Club. Of course, Jonas Fan, you know, playing against his old buddy in Nova. I'm sure they're still buddies, but formerly of Q Squad. Wretched Hag picking up the Neophytes book, so we're on our way to the light brand. We expect to see. I like the entangle. As I've noticed it. It puts like bamboos around you.
Yeah, I noticed that. That is actually really cool.
It's a fun idea. More uniqueness to the alt avatar. Engineer coming up here with a double damage rune, actually, but Lodestone is nearby, so both teams trying to set something up. Lodestone, I think he might have been spotted right there by Engineer. He actually puts down a ward to the side off to the side. I don't know if that actually sees him or not. It must. I mean, does it? Lodestone kind of running right into him right here. Okay, yes, it definitely did. The Kexon comes out. Wretched Egg in the meantime blinks on a Wild Soul. Luna coming in with the flank. Andromeda also coming in here as well. Engineer's not level 6. He's trying to at least kill Wretched Hag. It's not going to happen, though, and then they're both going to fall. Poor coming in from Glacius. Fade here as well. Has that Infist. There comes a Burning Shadow. Swap there onto a Luna coming out from Andromeda. Trying to save her, and here we go. Lodestone, the Shadow Storm. There's the boom. Goes a Dynamite. Nova will fall right there. The Power Throw coming through as well to connect, but now Jonas and Fan a little bit overstepping his boundaries. Sono Scream from Wretched Hag. Locked down from a Luna, but I think Lodestone is still going to end up falling right here. Unfortunately, Slicks will pick up the kill. It ain't over just yet, though. In fact, the Helper team's still sticking around. Andromeda, or there's a Stalagmite's going to Pebbles Auto attacks the Power, though. Yes, they're going to collapse on the Slicks right there. Poor coming in from Engineer, though. He is back up, only being level 5. Look at Pebbles trying to find a getaway. Another Port coming in. He's off to the side. Going to go for the TP. Kexon was already used. No chain reactions. He is going to make the escape.
So fancy footwork coming out the turret. Wow. Cut off his path initially back to his team, but found a place in those woods to get right on out. And
that was big for Lions.
It was huge. They need those early momentum here against this Wild Soul lineup. And it can be pretty tough, especially with a well-farmed fade early on. Finding those angles. Hope to see them keep applying this pressure.
Yeah, again, KSU choosing to go the Ghost Marchers first on Boo Boo, but this game he's definitely struggling a little bit in the farm here. Going to need to buy more time, but yeah, that was ultimately a big fight, obviously, in the end for Lion Esports Club. You see a level 7 Lodestone now, so again, he's definitely recovered quite a bit. Fade just goes back to the bottom lane after 2 deaths. He's 1-2-1, so Slicks, despite the great performance in farming early on, being 1-2-1, definitely hurting his side and his team as well. So you got Lodestone kind of roaming around right here. They're trying to find somebody else in the jungle again. Keeping the aggressive play up is Lion Esports Club. I don't think they're going to get any food, though, however. Instead, Luna will make her way back to the middle lane. Illusion's bottled up by Pebbles. They're going to actually counter-ward here. And put some pressure here into the tower. Meanwhile, the Ancients, look at that. Tank effect's actually pretty low. Parthor coming out, he steals several of the Ancients right there. Well played by Lions. Lodestone coming in, gets the set on the Wild Soul. Stalagmite's on top of the Shadow Storm. Nice chain reactions over Torture, trying to save his teammate. He is still exposed with the armor. The auto attack's coming out, the Power Throw to finish him off. And now Luna gonna go the other direction. Moon Meander is chasing. Chain reactions are up. Can he land these sidestep? No, out comes the Comet Storm. There's the Lodestone follow-up with the Rocket Control. Chain reactions will miss. Great sidestepping going on. And down falls Moon Meander. Lion Esports Club, man.
This is exactly what they were trying to accomplish with their lineup. And early on, it looked a bit scary. I mean, outside of the top lane, suffering, of course, for the Wild Souls, the way they were moving around and the ganks that happened, they managed to pick off Nova at the rune spot. But then they came back with a counter kill. So, I mean, it was looking like they were keeping the game pretty evenly paced was the point. It looked like it might be another case of Wild Soul taking over. Not so much the case Lodestone was at level 1.
Yeah.
They're just making big things happen.
Certainly are. So you're looking at now a 4,400 gold lead, 4,300 experience lead here for Lion Esports Club. And going to start regrouping once again. Pebbles, he's got to be getting closer. Yeah, about 1,200 gold saved up here.
Yeah, I go back to when Slicks kind of just walked into them bottom lane. I mean, he must have not known.
Oh yeah,
everyone they have. I'm sure we couldn't see it from his perspective, but that choice in the end gave Lions a little bit more of a kick.
Wretched Hag level 11 now as well, by the way, too. So definitely getting some nice levels on her side. Actually placing a ward site behind the tower right here at the top lane. Going to see about maybe getting another gank set up on a Wild Soul. They can catch Keizu out of position up here. In the meantime, they're going to do some triple stack Ancients themselves over here. Again, Pebbles getting very close to that portal key. And actually, if he gets the rest of these, may be able to pick it up here. We'll see if he's going to share it with the support or not. No, it looks like he's going to come back in and finish them off. Another chuck. There you go, and voila. 2,200 gold. Portal key going to be purchased by Pebbles right here. And Super KGE. Going to have that delivered, of course. So now that's another factor to keep in mind here as far as this game. Lodestone at the bottom lane in the meantime. Portal key just picked up by Slicks, by the way. Playing that fade. So they're going to maybe try to use it right away. But Lodestone going back to the tower before an opportunity will arise, at least yet.
So we like to
back here.
Yeah, Wild Soul Of course, an early game liability. Did go Ghost Marches instead to try to get a little bit more active, but it's different when you don't have that power jungler. And trying to set up something when you have a hero like Fade that's trying to thrive on these early games, so you get Fade, Torque, Glacius Engineer, do all the work pretty much. Wild Soul, outside of some couple lucky roots, isn't really able to contribute, and they have a lineup that's really just going to favor keeping this early aggression on. They have the Portal Key on Pebbles, as said, and Wretched Hag already pretty damn close to Grimmar power.
Yeah, again, she had that early light brand, and Flensmeister is most certainly coming along very nicely here for his team, as he is nearing that 400 gold per minute mark.
They've got to try to find pickoffs with Fade in order to sort of stall the early game out. Enter that mid to late game phase, allow Wild Soul to get closer to that sword. So trying to find those ganks happening, but look at the warding. Right now,
yeah,
they pretty much have a Rev and an Observer at every single common passing spot here. So doing a nice job protecting him.
Middle lane, Pebbles jumps in. The counter from Slick's coming up on more support. Nice swap from Andromeda on Pebbles right there, at least trying to help him out a little bit with a stun. He still got stunned anyways. Bat Blast finishes off Torture. Wretched Hag is still in pursuit. Gonna go for Glacius. One more auto attack should do it in, especially with that light brand. There's a taunt. And oh, Blinks, it actually gets frozen here. Yeah, it doesn't matter though in the end.
Also,
double tap
Fade.
out.
Ward spotting out where she's moving towards, but not gonna be able to collapse.
Yeah, they're still in the middle lane here, the rest of them.
So gonna go for the tower push instead. One fight, couple dropped heroes. Torture, a very important pick off as they're looking for that scaling for the mid-game damage right now, especially needing to buy Wild Soul some time. Just keeping Torture down a lot like this is going to keep MVIP on the defensive. Lodestone finding the pick off, and oh my god!
I don't know. I mean,
why he was going up there in the first.
No, he jumped Wretched Hag even with her a little bit of life gone.
You just knew that she wasn't going to drop per se, right? And then
by himself. I mean, I thought maybe they don't even have a Luna, so no power throw. In the meantime, the middle lane Engineer goes down. Yeah,
Lodestone knew to rotate as well because I mean they had the ward, they saw where Fade was running to, so they're like, okay, let's try it. If he doesn't back out, then we'll probably have a kill.
Yeah,
found the angle. Grimmar power now being acquired by Wretched Hag. 1,400 extra gold by Pebbles.
But my point being, I mean, that was kind of a play of almost, I don't want to say they're giving up by any means.
Yeah, but it's like, let's just try to make something happen.
Yeah.
This is frustrating. Go new, essentially, more or less.
It does feel like it's getting there for MVIP quickly.
Obviously, still doesn't need to drop this tower. Wretched Hag gets board up. Not going to be able to catch this. Not only that, 2 TPs used, 3 TPs used. Or did one walk? I think Glacius may have walked. Glacius did walk. 2 TPs used, and maybe they'll try to counter push this lane a bit. Shouldn't be able to actually claim anything from it. Wretched Hag running back to base, healing up already, going to the top lane.
Keizu, 2,200 gold just about saved up here, so he is definitely getting closer and closer to that sort of the high at least. Again, that's the marker that our Legion team is continuing to aim for here. As far as the way this game is going. Pebbles, though, he's already used that portal key a couple times now. And going to continue using it, of course. He's level 10. He has another 1,600 gold saved up, so the Soul's Bulwark possibly going to be coming out for him here in the near future. And they're going to easily pick up a tower kill at the bottom lane here. They're trying to set up, maybe get a gank if any support comes in, but obviously you see the minimap is not going to be the case. Nice go to the top tower. That's actually the creeps just doing that work right there. Wretched Hag was trying to get there in time, but not able to do so.
Well, I mean, yeah, it should have been at first. We saw Wretched Hag heading top. Maybe I didn't see if she continued to head towards top and just missed it, or if she took a little bit of a detour there. But in the end, they were able to get the tower. And Wretched Hag separated from the rest of the team right now. They look like they want to pressure bottom. This will be a decent time. They don't have like the best Kongor team, I guess. They do have Andromeda, but Andromeda not having any of the dimensional link yet for team damage.
Might as well apply some good pressure on the secondary tower, at least force a response out of MVIP, and move on from there. I don't even think they're going to get that, though. They're probably just going to kill this here.
Looks like it.
Yep, going to be a free tower kill, looks like. Nothing that Legion team going to do to stop that. And that's something Lions will gladly accept. There's the Soul's Bulwark, Wretched Hag. She bought, I'm guessing, a Mighty Blade.
And you know what happens when once Wretched Hag gets the Grimmar, it's literally like a 5-minute trek to the Shrunken Head.
Yeah.
That's how fast she farms with it.
Yep.
It's up there with the best of the farmed agi carries of the Rune Cleaver.
Yeah, the Light Brand was a great addition to the competitive scene, I think. Not on top of the Grimoire. See, here we go
So
with
they weren't the
Kongor
best, but to do with the Bulwark now set to positive, and a massive advantage, which... Oh, they do have the Astrolabe too. I actually didn't catch that, sorry.
You see MVIP just going to keep occupied at the bottom lane in the meantime. Again, the no vision. This is 100%
Illusion scouting out, the lanes being pushed.
Yeah, you just look at the
Lodestone even just having press. They know what's going on, but they also know they can't fight it. So the sword is purchased. It's gonna move for a bit here. It's trying to buy time. In terms of stopping Porkies, though, Pebble's the only one to really pick one up here. Lodestone instead, opting to go for a helm. Maybe a secondary initiation.
Slick's going to continue to try to be active here. He's going to use that reflection, go to the top lane. Obviously, he's level 11 now, so definitely a step up as far as the ability of it, but still not going to find much here. Moonmeander also had a struggling early start. He's trying to recover somewhat, but still not having the best of starts. 270 gold per minute for him. Yeah, Soul Screamer here, not the Soul Screamer, but Sacrificial Stone on top of the Steam Boots here for him, still trying to bulk up. In the meantime, though, Lion Esports Club, they're kind of clumped up here. The fifth one in Pebbles is going to be joining them. They may push this middle lane as Lodestone going to pick up the top rune, and Andromeda going to pick up the bottom rune, which happens to be a double damage, and he's going to bottle that, actually. So probably see him hand that off to Wretched Hag, perhaps.
Probably. Maybe
even Pebbles. Remember, Pebbles also has a token of life now, so this should be another free tower.
They put it on Pebbles, especially. Not only is he a very powerful hero, but Pebbles instead of the Wretched Hag, because Wretched Hag going to have the Shrunken Head soon. On top of that, Pebbles is the primary initiator. Jumping in first, more likely to die. Lodestone's going to be that follow-up burst, uses his spells all at once. Even if Lodestone dies, he's probably already used his Shadow Storm by that point, not a big deal. The follow-up combos from Pebbles definitely meaning a lot.
Going into the base, that's where you need to start thinking about defending, and that's exactly what MVIP is doing, but look at how fast the tower's falling. Double damage Pebbles, Burning Shadow's going to be coming out right there, and Super KG going to take some heavy pressure, but in the end, they are still going to get this killed. Okay, Wild Soul does have the Mock of Brilliance now. He ports back. Mock of Brilliance is going to be on Boo Boo, but the melee racks is starting to drop
make
right
something
here.
happen.
Yep.
Or will they?
This is that hole. Boo Boo comes in. The glowing Boo Boo going to start putting in the auto attacks. Burning Shadows as well. Pebbles will.
Oh, the energy field on top of the token.
Yeah, Lodestone in some trouble. Swap on, and Lodestone right there. Lodestone barely surviving in the background. Andromeda, of course, sacrificing herself, but the melee racks is destroyed. That's what they came for, and now they're going to fall back. Boo Boo's still trying to chase Lodestone right here. He is exposed. They put the stuns out on Boo Boo, and Lodestone is going to be fine. Probably not going to be the same for Aluna, though, as she is going to be left behind and be ultimately the sacrificial lamb here for the team. Or is she? I mean, she's still running, but yeah, there's no way.
But look at Boo Boo. Yep. Look at Boo Boo. He has the Ghost Marchers, too. Not going to get away.
So, end of the story there. But Lion Esports Club, they got the melee racks. We're only 23.5 minutes in, really. Big start for them still.
I'm sure they lost the token, but worth it in the end. One of the hardest things to accomplish is that push against that Wild Soul after he gets his Mock. Already having one lane taken care of. Of course, the range racks are still up, but just not as much a worth as the melee. Range racks at this point in time are more of an afterthought.
Look at Flensmeister, though. You mentioned the Grimoire power, just how fast it makes you get it.
Yeah, 24 minutes.
Already the Shrunken Head here.
Wretched Hag, yeah.
And she's level 16, jeez. It's 3
Holy
levels
crap.
than anyone in this game. On her team or the other. Yeah, Flensmeister really is taking over this game here on Wretched Hag, level 17 right there. Wow. That is intimidating. As scary as Wild Soul can be, I mean, scary Wretched Hag at the same time, and a great team supporting cast as well. Obviously, Pebbles also doing very well.
Curious to see if Lodestone's still going to go for that portal key. I think it's still solid even if you're going into Pebbles. Not a Pebbles, sorry. What am I saying? Wild Soul with the Mock. He's not always there to interrupt you, and there's always follow-up and just ganks in general.
Yeah, I mean, there's the barbed armor as well, obviously, but...
And if you're split with your Pebbles, then Wild Soul can only choose one that he wants to stop. Yeah, barbed armor is another very strong pickup and a very common one that we would see on Lodestone.
Yeah.
So the synergy with the ultimate is extensive. So he can go either way, since he doesn't have the port yet, so... Usually it's a standard pickup, but looks like he may forego it. No.
Okay. Gonna have it delivered right here. And, we'll be able to start making use of that. So, Lion, however, in the meantime, the top lane now. It's the last outer tower up here. They're going to go
Oh,
destroy
wow.
that one. Yeah, that's another thing to keep in mind. Already down to their final auto tower, and do have a pause to come out here from Complexity, but while we are in this pause, okay, he's actually going to pull it up real quickly, so obviously, again, might as well take advantage of the replay feature.
Sure, sure.
I want to take a look back at, which one were you going to pull up? The previous fight, or? I was thinking of the top one, personally. Yeah. Yeah, so let's take a look back. This is a little bit earlier on. Not yet, but here shortly. And from when, well, I kind of remember as being the really tight turn of this game and really starting it off for Lions as far as getting a lot of momentum going. Was at the top lane. I believe it was Wild Soul and Engineer were up there. They were attempting to, or is Lodestone and Engineer going at it? Okay, so you do have it. So yeah, let's actually take a look at that here real quickly. And okay, so yeah, that's where Engineer's up here, trying to set up the gank, Wild Soul too, but then all of a sudden they get collapsed on. Obviously the return damage comes out. And then
Wretched Hag
Wild
able
Soul
to move away into the woods
fall.
there, and I believe finished off.
Yeah.
Excellent positioning. Fade opening up onto the Luna, and then look at Hag coming back on in. Still in the final for Sonar Scream. Nothing yet. Actually, no, I thought she jumped in there. Not yet. There we go.
Lodestone was surviving quite a while there in the background. Eventually does fall, but
well, eventually, but they actually reinitiate here and catches the Fade off guard.
Yep.
And they poured in. And don't they? Oh no, this is where he jukes back into the woods. Right, dodges her. The chain reactions down. The Kicksun missed there, and sure, yeah, that's when he gets away. That's right. That's right.
I mean, you just look at and then, so that was going into that fight. I forgot to double check what the differences were, but I'm sure if anything, they might have even been in favor of. It was almost dead even, is what I'm being told. So, but yeah, after that though, it's clearly a lead for Lions, and again, that's kind of the fight where we're really starting to set the tone here in this game. And now just coming back out of the pause, you see the top tower going down again. There's the last side of tower. Shadow Storm being activated by Lodestone, and okay, I don't know.
Not finding the jump. Wild Soul did pour it. They're gonna have to be back up.
Yeah, I think there was somebody mid. He was gonna maybe jump in, but they had already escaped.
It's an excellent time to steal their Ancients, and maybe the neutral's closest to the mid lane.
Yeah.
Second to back up entirely. So giving them farm, I feel like they should have maybe taken out the resources closest then. I guess they want to risk it here, especially with a Fade.
Yeah, I guess not. And in the meantime, though, Wretched Hag will just continue to have a great time at the bottom lane now, as they're hitting a level 18 even, on top of her 564 gold per minute. But Wild Soul, 400 GPM now. And he's going to probably purchase a Soul's Bulwark right here, as he has Plated Greaves and Mystic Vestments on himself now. Or Soul's Bulwark here in the very near future. Torturer, woof. Pebbles nearby, but you see his little mana he is.
You saw in the previous game he wanted putting up the Bulwark on himself and keeping it positive. I think it's going to be a little bit different here, going up against a lot of magic damage and a Lodestone who, if he lands in Shadow Storm, doesn't even matter what your armor is.
Probably getting out their own Ancients right there. So Lodestone with that portal key, of course, that we talked about. The Shrunken Head for Pebble is also going to be coming up now. In fact, there you go. The check to finish out the creep wave, and there's the purchase. So he joins Wretched Hag as far as having that. Aluna, look at what Aluna's been able to farm, man. Nearly a 300 gold per minute. Secondary support Aluna. Astrolabe, Blessed Orb, she just got her bound eye. Just going for a sheep stick here.
Sheepstick, yeah.
Coming along nicely.
A little ways away.
Yeah.
Just being a stat booster for now. Obviously, it's for secondary support. Sheepstick is pretty difficult to farm up, even if you're sitting at 294.
Try to counter ward here. Actually going to find one ward. And there you go.
It's going to
last. Get it in time. Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Barely.
No, it'll fade. So they didn't have Conqueror to fall back on for a while.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Wild Soul does have his Bulwark now farming up after we already have buyback. Looks like they would just want to wait for token. They're trying to take whatever farm they can, gonna wait for token, want to try to break base again. Or will they find someone here in the mid?
Torturer, maybe. Glacius also nearby. Uh-oh. They're gonna be food right here. Glacius just going back to base, and all of a sudden the whole Hellborn team joins in. Nova gets picked off. He dropped the bound on top of that. Look at the range racks. They're just going to fall right here. There's no point even in vulnerability or anything. And they're going to go back door here on the top lane, it looks like. They're going to force MVIP to come back, yeah. Look at this, fighting at the base already. They don't need no stinking creeps.
Yeah, pull back. Excellent job. Fadesun gonna connect in the end. Pebbles, oh, the Andromeda swap.
Yep, Andromeda's big for that. Jumping back in is Wretched Attack with her own shuriken on Engineer. He's gonna get picked off just before he get the energy field down. The low stone Shadow Storm doing work. Pebbles, they might kill Boo Boo actually. He does have a resummon.
Excellent time to back off.
Yep.
Reset, fight again right away afterwards.
A regen on low stone too, that's big. So he's gonna be good to go.
It is,
again,
but
they're gonna
I
port
would
back.
say just should port back. Doesn't have a port. Gonna be a 40-minute rune, 30-minute rune, sorry.
Yep. So, more delaying done by Lion Esports Club, and they're continuing a big gold and experience lead. But again, just like the earlier game against VDT with MVIP, yeah, that Wild Soul and...
There's no Tempest here, though.
Yeah, obviously ultimately different circumstances in the end, but the same point being that Wild Soul is continuing to grow and
yeah,
always very scary. So,
and they do have racks down in this game, at least one set of melee rack. Well,
true.
And actually the entire set of the lane. Top tower being pressured.
I think Conqueror is going
to be the first time we've seen Wild Soul turn a game around. Level 19 Wretched Hag, though. I have something to say about that.
Yep.
3,400 gold saved on top of everything right now. She go the sheep stick route.
She really is dominating that XPM chart. 664 experience per minute.
We saw a sheep stick on the bubbles in that game against the Tempest Wild Soul.
Yeah.
BDT versus MVIP. But it's a little bit different when you have a Wretched Hag who has that built-in blink on top of the Shrunken Head. It's a lot easier to get it off, so you're not dealing with something like Elemental Void. So I expect to see a lot better usage of the Cauldras in this game.
Torture also going to finally be able to move on here as far as his next item. Hopefully at least. 4,000 gold saved up, maybe a Shrunken.
Probably. You look at the Hellborn team, it's
not going to
pure
get it,
magic.
actually.
Not yet.
Probably not going to go for it if that's the case. I mean, he definitely wasn't the wall.
It's either a Shrunken or a sheep stick.
Yeah.
Is very powerful. But they do need him to get off that damage, and the sheep stick is still going to be pretty vulnerable.
You see, of course, Conqueror is up. Lions thought about doing it right there, but fall back for now. Slayer just purchased by Flensmeister. So he's going to go for more of a combat build here as far as his right-click damage is concerned. So not going the sheepstick route. Figures not necessary here. They got a lot of lockdown surrounding him, that's for sure. So could definitely make a safe argument for that. And Conqueror is going to die quickly.
And they're trying to drop a really tanky hero like Wild Soul, so
yeah,
a little bit less effective. You sheep the Wild Soul and attempt to kill him. The bear is still active, and a little bit more insight as to why he's going for a
more upfront
7
damage.
instead. Yeah.
And now he's going to have a token of life on top of it all here again. So
he hasn't been dying, but yeah, it wouldn't make sense now that he's going to be picking up a Savage, more of that sustained damage, and yeah, we'll go to him.
And the portal key initially from Lowstone, but now he also has a barbed armor on top of that.
I just get them both, yeah.
Big there too. Again, it's ideal to use it, especially after you Shatterstorm when you're exposed.
As you build up damage resistance, up until it explodes, at which point you're completely vulnerable.
Yep.
Armor and magic resistance mean nothing. Of course, the enemies you afflict also have that stripped away from them.
And thinking about maybe trying to make use of it right away, but they are going to fall back in the end and kind of continue to farm out the jungle at least a little bit, get some more time here. Demonic Breastplate is finished on Boo Boo, though. So the next step has been completed here by Wild Soul.
Buyback. Not here, and they do have token. Will they try to pressure with it? They have Savage Mace as well.
Jeez, yeah, she already finished that.
It would be the perfect timing for the fight. Torture
big.
hasn't really committed yet to a purchase.
Yeah, wow, 4,300 gold. I mean, I think
no
that sheep stick that you're talking about is probably.
It's possible. There'll be no.
Well, even then, I mean, you think getting the Blessed Orb at least to just get some extra stats. Still haven't enough for a buyback, but I guess this could, for whatever reason, in case you want to change it up last second, you also leave yourself open for that. But
It's like they fought yet, yeah.
Yeah. 2,700 gold on Slick's playing this Fade. He's definitely dropped off, man. Only 250 gold per minute now. This is a guy that was 400 GPM early on in the laning phase and free farm.
They control the game.
Yep. 1, 3, and 2. Again, minimal impact in that sense, too.
Oh, wow. That's right.
There we go. Into the base. We're going to Fade. Nice line stun, but going to delay it shortly. Booby's in the front lines, and vulnerability already coming out. Creep Wave going to be joining them here in a second. Actually, Booby's going to fall here. That's big. Resummon,
God, that is so depressing.
Yep. Oh, yeah, the death, yeah. Poor guy. So bad.
Okay.
Tower's going to fall. Pebbles
Down
looking for
whale.
an opening. Just pounding in. Okay, yeah, Torture.
Did commit.
Bottom
In the end,
second
was
there.
waiting in case there was a push and actually got the
They
ropes
jumping
as well.
in on a Wretched Hag. Remember, she has the token alive. Pebbles going to counter. In the meantime, Engineer going to get the energy filled off. He is still alive. In the meantime, a swap there up from Andromeda on it. Pebbles in the back of Lowstone. The ultimate, the Shadow Storm. Boom! Goes the Dynamite on to Torture right there. He's going to be fine though in the background. Going to rock control away. Wretched Hag balls to the wall in the background, putting it auto attacks. Batblast going to be. They're trying to take a Wild Soul. Can they actually finish him off? It's a question. Shrunken Head goes up. He's about to die though.
Token.
He dies right.
Token.
I know, but he just used the Shrunken Head, so that was kind of interesting. In the meantime, Pebbles trying to survive right here. Torturer is going to be dropped. Oh, however, the damage coming out from Hag. Lowstone even assisting, and now they're going to clear the racks. Wild Soul's still dead. He ain't buying back. And I would not be surprised to see some GGs coming out. In fact, there you go.
There it is.
Game 1, going to Lion Esports Club. The push in the end, just enough right there. Yeah, I mean, that's all. It's just Wretched Hag using it at the last second.
Yeah, I
still.
know. I guess he was trying to buy a little bit of time to get the kill beforehand. But looking at that game, Lions, the story of the game was very clear from the start. It's okay, they have Wild Soul, we have the early aggression, we have to make it work or we will eventually crumble. Well, they made it work that game. There's been plenty of instances where we see the teams have avoided fights successfully, gotten those turnaround kills, and I thought a very farmed early Fade might have been able to accomplish that for the team.
Yeah.
They were looking pretty decent, but they found their angles to gank and they pushed it really hard. I think it all came back to that top fight, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
And we went over it already, and big plays there set the pacing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that top fight where they thought they had a kill chance themselves completely turned around, and then even stuck around for a little bit the other players. So momentum really picked up there for Lion Esports Club, and obviously did not stop. So we saw once again the Wild Soul cases. Wild Soul very dangerous, even yet again this game. Almost trying to do enough to ultimately come back, but obviously wasn't to be. Lion Esports Club looking strong there. And deservingly so, dominating, taking the first game. So actually, yeah, let's take a quick look back at that last fight there, since we do have it lined up. So again, you see Burning Shadows coming out. They try to make something happen initially on a Pebbles, perhaps, as he jumps in right there, but then Andromeda swaps him out,
and then
just in case. Oh, right as the chain reaction
came out. Yeah, Lodestone winds up backing on out here. Lodestone, yeah, with the barbed armor, they're not really focusing him during this point. Gets him out. Check this out. Check out the Wretched Hag staying in there the entire time. Here's the huge Bat Blast onto the Glacius plus the Wild Soul. Sets up, I think, 2 easy kills. They do finish the Glacius, right?
Yeah.
Or no.
No, we
actually let the Glacius go.
Yep.
I could have got away with chucking onto him, but didn't really matter at that point. It is a Glacius in the end.
Oh, Lodestone
there
would
we
have
go.
finished him off. Yeah.
That's where he comes back and stuns the Fade. They get the stun onto the Wretched Hag, but didn't even matter at that point.
That was well played by Jonas Fan there. And then obviously you see the melee racks fall.
I mean, they were all in on the Wild Soul. As soon as the Wild Soul dropped, it was going to be a stretch to try to make it happen.
Yeah.
Well,
there you go.
Game 2.
Game number 1 in the books.
You mentioned before, they've been around a lot. A lot of people probably consider Lions to be a little bit of the favorites in this matchup.
Oh, I think you can easily say that. In fact, hell, I would even say that going into this. So
yeah, sure.
Lion Esports Club, they do take the first game, but will MVIP be able to fight back for us the third game? Lion Esports Club going for the sweep. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 just around the corner here for the Ultimate Series Monkey King Tournament. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. welcome back. Shout out to Lindsey Sterling right there, doing some great violin work. Actually a fan of hers. Makes some cool music. Anyways, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2 coming at us here. Obviously, both these teams, again, really just want to get it moving. It's Friday night. I'm sure they want to enjoy their Friday nights on top of playing some great Han, so moving things along here. So, obviously, swapping sidelines on the Legion side now, MVIP on the Hellborn side. And we are already at the banning stage. Moving along nicely. Chuck64 making a point of who the blind bands were, since we did join a little bit late. Ophelia Parasite was it for Lions. Tempest Ophelia coming out for Complexity. So, just to real quickly again, both teams doing the Ophelia thing. Keeper of the Forest is first locked as a result of that. You see Rally, Magmus, Torturer, Pyromancer, Engineer. And on the banning phase, Deadwood, Lodestone, and good old Wretched Hag coming out so far. So things are moving along here.
Yeah, you look, if Lions wants that Keeper of the Forest pick out of the lock pool, they're giving up a Rally Engineer combination. So top tier mid presence alongside one of the best supports in the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Saw Fade was left unattended. First picked, given early farm, but we're not able to close with it. It was kind of weird having, I guess, this more aggressive hero in Fade in a lineup. Well, I guess it's interesting because it buys, potentially buys time due to the map control and ganking presence of a Fade, and hopefully that Wild Soul to farm up. But in the end, a lot of times you like to see Fade in more aggressive lineup too, and
yeah,
you know, clinch those early kills and take over the map instead of having to sit back. Lions overran him. Fade not being addressed yet.
Yeah,
going for Pebbles instead.
Yeah, that was the case last game too. Remember where MVIP went Fade instead of Pebbles, and Lions was able to get Pebbles. Lions, they say this time we'll take Pebbles once again, and wouldn't be surprised to see Fade back over here for MVIP. But
yeah, but maybe expect to see it in more of a mid, as more of a mid hero instead if it is drafted. Still, I mentioned before, there's other heroes on the board: Magmus, Rally, Scout. What happened to Scout this game?
He has not been touched. I believe he's still there. Yes, he is.
I guarantee you they're talking about it.
Yeah.
But who else has not been touched is Warbeast. And the Wild Soul, did he actually get banned this game, or is Wild Soul also unattended?
Wild Soul is there. Where is he?
Wild Soul should be in the pool.
There. Yeah,
he's
right
there.
here.
Yep.
This guy. Rooting for Berserker, says Panman. Yes, so am I. As always.
I'm not expecting a Berserker pick here. Monkey King Glacius.
Interesting.
If we're going, they're going to be picking up their Suicide next. Once they're confident in grabbing something like a Rally or Magnus and having it thrust into that wall, because they already have the Monkey King. So instead, actually, I'd be surprised if they go a different route. They have some flexibility. I mean, they can run those heroes in the safe lane as well.
Yeah. See the Devour ban once again from MVP, as well as the Soul Reaper, just like the first game. Obviously not letting Lions try to be with those comfort picks as we talk about.
Don't expect a jungle again this game.
Yeah.
This here's like Warbeast and Keeper of the Forest, which can essentially be running the jungle, but passive laning has not been the flavor of the metagame as of late. So Glacius drafted. They're pretty much guaranteed something like Engineer too if they want it. Out of the lock pool. They're not going to first pick Engineer. At least I would highly doubt it.
Yeah, because then you ultimately give Keeper and Rally instead. Keeper Rally to VIP, and it's also dangerous. So
I have a feeling that they'll take Keeper of the Forest. Will they actually go for it? Okay.
Whoa!
That
came out of left field.
That was a snap pick. They were spamming it, so yeah, they are going to go with a different option. Will they run an aggressive?
How do you misclick that? That's hilarious.
Is it Doctor?
How do you misclick? What?
Draconis?
How? I'm just so baffled. Apparently Slicks is not afraid of admitting either that. He has no clue how that happened. Okay. So we are going to move on here. So it seems like they wanted Draconis. I'm sure we'll get a remake out of it. But Engineer is the first pick. So how about that? Lions does go the Engineer first pick.
I don't think he meant to. I think he was just moving his mouse and just while he was dragging it across. Actually,
yeah.
They're completely different. Yeah, I mean, one's an agility hero at the top of the map. The other one, no. Okay, so they're going with Draconis.
Yeah. Still, also definitely
Monkey
interesting.
dual Draconis can be in the safe.
I assume, yeah.
Or out, they did draft the Engineer first, because, well, that changed. As soon as they picked up the Flux, that all changed.
Yeah.
If they picked Flux and didn't get Engineer,
true,
they would have
actually,
been,
yeah.
well, this is kind of fail. They have a number of other suicide options available. Going for the aggressive pacing instead. They already have the scouts. They figure they're not going to grab Keeper, and they figure Keeper isn't the best fit for the lineup. If they grab Keeper on top of the Draconis, this might be feeling like they lack a little bit of early game damage. Rather have the burst, especially to support this Monkey King. Torch are going to round things up.
Are they sure they don't want Puppet Master?
Maybe they can just roll with it.
Come on.
Come on. I mean, give Puppet Master a free farm. He can make things happen.
Nova's on Rally? Let's do this.
Oh, well, that makes all of the sense.
Moon's playing the support Glacius. Yeah, we're going to have a remake here. Most likely, so...
Definitely.
Most definitely. Flyins is like, you know what?
It's like, no, we want our gold coins.
This is man mode here. Gotta man the hell up. I mean, again, Puppet Master actually has his place by all means, and you could argue against a hero like Scout. Puppet Master could be pretty decent with the Puppet Hold and whatnot, but
not to mention Seal Kid on Scout here.
Yeah, that's true.
That's with the onus of
bad
play,
Torture.
man
mode. Here we go. Don't do it.
I think
down
both
vote.
teams are
down
like,
to,
remake, please. Oh my God, please remake.
Oh, well. No, I don't want to. I'm gonna drink it. In fact.
What are you talking about? No.
Pan man, talking to me. Talk to myself a lot. All right.
Sounds so awkward because you guys can't.
They can't
hear
actually hear him, so he yells in my ear constantly while I'm casting and everything, and just non-stop jabbering. It makes it difficult, but I manage. I love you, Pan man. I'm sorry. I love you. Wow. Oh boy. Anyways, Rift Slither. What was that about?
Oh, it came out.
That's the new Rift versus Hunter. That's right.
This is another one that just came out?
I don't think it's another one necessarily, but Rift versus Hunter. Rift versus Hunter. No.
No, it was the counterpart to Rally, right?
I believe so, yeah. It looks like Hunter's go this Rally, and then Rift Spawn is the Slither. God, speaking of a hero that we've never seen in a long time, man.
Right.
Used to dominate the scene. Good old Slither. No more. All right, of course, again, just getting the game remade here. I assume they're going to do the Hunter lobby. There, see him, Eric? All right. Into the lobby here. And once we get our last player, looks like Moon Meander, we'll be good to go and move on now with game number 2. So, again, this is it, the grand finals here. I think technically there's supposed to be a grand final, or a third-place match, excuse me. Or is there? Let me double-check on that. Well, there is, technically there is, because there's a difference between 3rd and 4th place. So, the 3rd-place team gets 5 Ultimate Monkey King avatars. The 4th-place team does not.
So, is there a...
But I don't know if they're actually playing, and there's nothing in the brackets about it, at least, too. So, but I don't see IG
maybe
or...
to be...
It would be Internet Gangsters versus VDT. But, again, I don't think that they did. It doesn't look like they did, to be honest. I'm not sure if that... They just decided not to or whatever, but... Not the biggest deal in the world. Again, it is just a fun event in the end. So, not yet. As far as what the future holds, guys, as far as going into next week, actually, this brings up a good point. So there's a good chance, I don't have full details on this just yet, but there's a good chance, obviously, with the other regions, we kind of mentioned this a little bit on the podcast, for Thailand, the Thailand region, the plan is, so apparently, we're just informed of this, but the Han Tour, as their Han Tour version over there, the grand finals is actually this Sunday over there for them. We're not going to cast it live, however. It would be at, I think, 2 a.m. in the morning for us. So we're not going to be casting it live.
Mouse fail.
Just disappears over there off to the side of the edge of the earth over there.
Mouse decided to go flying off the...
You want the Super Saiyan back? Don't. Can I reach over here? Well,